Zidane Danny, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Witch Hat Atelier, and specifically Coco. Coco was recently called the Child of Hope, which is an odd thing to actually think about. Basically, the Brimmed Hats, their goal appears to be to make sure that she casts some form of forbidden magic, which is honestly a weird goal. Why exactly do they want her to cast a forbidden magic? Well, I think I might actually have maybe an answer. This answer is far from perfect, but it is definitely something to at least be thinking about. Basically, in Witch Hat Atelier, like I said, Coco has been called the Child of Hope. But maybe a better name for her is the Child of Power. Basically, this witch, whoever she or he is meant to be, is going to eventually become the most powerful witch in the world. Basically being able to cast magic without needing to actually draw out the spells. Basically, she has something within her that's actually super strong magic. It's kind of a weird thing to think about considering this world actually has a specific spell system, but if you look actually really carefully at everything that happens in this whole thing, in Witch Hat Atelier, certain things don't quite add up. Multiple times, she casts spells and they just something seems to go haywire. One of the most recent examples being when she drew a spell to break a rock so that she could free a boy, after which she got out of the way with it, but then the entire riverbed turned to dust. Now, they assume that the reason for this was because of the fact that the Brimmed Hats were just somewhere nearby. They were the reason that all of this chaos had ensued. But what if her magic had actually done that as basically some odd glitch? Now, she's cast other spells before that didn't cause that much damage, but she still has done some rather odd things. If you look carefully at almost every single spell, most of the spells in this book don't ever expand beyond the reach of the circle. Sometimes they will, but primarily they don't. Often they have to, if they want to make a big spell, they have to draw a circle that is to the same size as that specific item. And I'm actually kind of worried that we're going to eventually find out that there's like this giant spell circle that's been being made for years and years, and it's basically going to work exactly like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I'm not saying that that's actually what's going to happen, but I would not be surprised if there's like something that they're working on to make some great spell, but for some reason they need Coco in order to actually accomplish it. And basically it would mutate everyone to now be able to cast a different type of magic. Basically, people would be able to cast magic without needing to actually draw out the spells. It's a frightening thing to think about. But like I said, when Coco does her first spell, the petrification spell, it expands to basically her entire house and a good amount of the area around it, petrifying her mom, who is a few yards away from the house when she gets petrified. and I believe it actually reaches to a nearby forest. So, yeah. The fact that the spell was that great worries me. They they may call her the Child of Hope, basically saying that in actuality she is going to bring hope to them to allow many more evil, well, quote unquote evil spells to be cast. We're not 100% certain if all of these spells are evil, but the idea of it is kind of interesting. Interesting to think about. And I want to bring this up as this is kind of an interesting situation. If you look back, then if you look actually currently, there is a TV show currently called The Owl House, and certain things just happen to have certain similarities between the two. Now, obviously, The Owl House takes place in a dark, evil world. That's honestly, I wouldn't put it past them to make that actually be Bill Cipher's original home. But the idea that both of them seem to have some connection, where both spells use circles to actually complete spells, is odd, especially considering the fact that the spells in the Owl House are cast with a spell, and while they don't realize it, there is actually symbols within the actual spell circle. Now, obviously, these two just happen to be some random connection that happened to happen at the same time. But it's still an odd fact that might need some delving into eventually. But for right now, we'll just have to wait and see. Of course, until we actually find out for sure what's going on, we'll just have to continue to make theories. And don't worry, we have more theories for Witch Hat Alley coming soon, as well as some other theories for many other shows and manga and light novels coming soon. So expect to see those within the next few days. But anyways, guys, I have been Electro Ninja. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave a like. Leave your comments and theories down in the comments below, and make sure to use the hashtag theory review if you are going to leave a theory. And of course, if you are new, please subscribe and ring that notification bell. And if you want to support the channel even more, then definitely head down to the description and check out the links down there. But anyways, guys, I've been Electro Ninja, and I'll see you guys next time. But on.